This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
Ken, have you ever played Metal Gear Solid by any chance?
I've seen the playthrough, yes.
Okay. Gemini Man is Black Metal Gear. That's the best way to put it. It is Black Metal Gear Solid. If Will Smith was Big Boss and young Will Smith was Solid Snake, you have Black Gemini Man.
Is it like one of those that you just rent?
Yes, it's a Sunday afternoon. I just came from church, or I just woke up from getting too crunk at a party, and I gotta do laundry. Oh, snap, it's on FX. Okay, cool, it's on. I'm gonna watch it while I do laundry. And that's your review for Gemini Man. What's up, everyone? It's Psycho Fox from Morphin Network, and welcome to a new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. And I got my boy Quasar Red up in the building.
Hey, everyone, what's up?
And today, or wherever you're watching this, we're reviewing the brand new episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers that just came on this past Saturday, Tuba Triumph. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. I had a good time watching this episode. Before we get into it, always gotta ask, what did you think of the episode, Ken? Before we actually do the initial review, how'd you like it?
It was good, really good. There was just two things I have wrong with my issues with it, but overall, very good episode. The life lesson was not cheesy, it was cheesy, but it wasn't like, oh gosh,
It was cheesy, but the cheese that we have not seen in a while.
Yes. Ninja Steel had Mighty Morphin cheese. This had more like late 2000s cheese.
It had In Space and Time Force cheese.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
There you go.
Maybe
I would go ahead.
Cheese, but that's another story.
Wait, go ahead. What did you say?
Maybe a little Mystic Force cheese too, but that's another story.
I wouldn't know. It's been Mystic Force. I think at every show in the Disney era Power Rangers, I remember that show the least because I was 12 around the time that show came out, and I was not really feeling Power Rangers anymore after that. So yeah, That's just me. But overall, I like the episode. I think it was good. I low-key wanted to roast the whole idea of a tuba monster, but after watching it again, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm okay with it. It's fine. I really like this episode. So let's get started. So Ravi is being Jack from freaking Titanic drawing his girlfriend.
While I was watching, I didn't catch it, but yeah.
Ravi, paint me like one of your French Rangers. So while that's going on, Devin, Zoe, Nathan Steele are playing football.
I'll take it.
Take it.
The other Rangers, they're tossing the old pig skin around, you know.
Well,
but
continue.
While
Sorry.
Robbie is, busy, he sees this kid playing the saxophone, tuba. And, she's like, you want to come play? He's like, no. He's hiding it from the others. He's like, I'm just busy reading the
emergency procedures for Grid Battle Force.
Emergency procedures. Anyway, so, Zoe goes off to join the others. And then young Levi comes up and teases the
I forgot about that.
Yes. The bully in this episode, I believe, is young Levi from Ninja Steel. He comes up and, is harassing the kid in a totally convincing non-New Zealand accent.
Okay, I thought I was the only one who didn't catch it. What? Like, not just the bully, but the kid in the show had non-convincing American accents. These fool, you would play like this. You know how sometimes Ziggy's American accent dropped during RPM?
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, Mike Jin didn't have an accent. It was just him talking the entire time. That was it. That was the kids. Their New Zealand accents were hard, and they were trying to cover it up.
Young Levi and a bit of jealousy because he's not the young focus of the show, kid focus of the show anymore. You know, pours some soda in the kid's tube, and this makes him sad. And it makes him want to give up playing it. And Robbie's like, "Hey, you were pretty good. Are you gonna listen to them?" And he's like, "I don't want to anymore. It's not. I was gonna quit anyway." And then, I think so. He's like, he goes, "Hey, haven't I seen you teaching classes at the youth center? I mean, Ripside." Ripside. And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, and he's like, "Hey, can you teach me some?" And he's like, "Sure." And the kid.
You need a gym membership first.
What?
You need a gym membership first, boy.
Yeah. Well, in Power Rangers, maybe.
No. There's a difference. That's an actual gym in Beast Morphers. In Mighty Morphin and every other friggin' show that had a youth center, kids go there anytime, any place, anywhere. Think of it like the local Y, as long as your parents are there. This one, you're gonna need a gym membership because it's like LA Fitness. No, not LA Fitness. It's like a Crunch and Jenny Craig had a baby. And they also sprouted out the UFC gym as well.
Roxy shows up, she's continuing the plan of capturing the Rangers, animal abilities. And she takes the kid's Tuba and, turns that into a monster. Pretty cool design, by the way. And, I like the monster's voice. And he gets ready to attack the Rangers. And, he, uses his sonar tube music to... He
uses his amplify shockwave ability, or I don't know what power it is, but it's like Jira from My Hero Academia, where she plugs into the ground or anything like that. She can shoot out sonic waves and stuff like that. That's pretty much how it is. Mm-hmm. Shouts to My Hero Academia fans.
We'll get back to that too. So Roxy shows up and she takes part in the fight, and she was actually doing pretty good in her not regular suit form. She's like, "Let's make this a duet," and takes on Nate and Steele and holds her own, and then she morphs, and then you want to take it?
Yeah, so she whooped on Nate, Steele, and Ravi while Zoe and Devin were fighting Tubatron. We'll call him Tubetron. So Tubetron was getting the works, and then Steele and Nate were giving Roxy the works, and so they teleported out of there. And in the process, they're like, "Hey, Skrillex was Scrozzle was like, 'Hey, y'all failed again. What the hell is going on?' Right?" So next thing you know, they're like, "Hey, look, we can probably amplify your abilities. We just need to look at something real quick, right?" And so they amplify his attack, and it knocks Blaze off his feet. So Ravi trains the kid. I don't know the kid's name, but Ravi trains the kid.
Joey. It was Joey.
Joey. All right, Joey Tribbiani.
Ravi is Joey to, be a good martial artist. And, when they start off, he's just like, "When I'm done, no one will ever bully me again." And then Ravi's just like, "Hey, we're not doing that cliche. You need to... Karate is just for self-defense only." And he's like, "Okay." And so roughly over a set of days, since, it takes time to train, Joey is, Ravi's teaching Joey, and he's doing pretty well. Except he has one problem. He cannot do the tornado kick, which...
Pick your feet up, Joey.
Yes.
Joey. Pick your foot up. Pick your foot up, Joey. Pick your foot up, Joey. Pick your foot up.
I recommend you check out this guy. His name's Jason Lee Scott. He's real good at tornado kicks.
Hey. Jason Lee Scott does not show up until the next season.
Yes.
Which will make me beg the question again. Did they have Austin St. John shave clean before that trailer or after the trailer?
Who knows?
Because you did hear me say that they made Jason look like Charlie Sheen. A young Charlie Sheen. You've seen it.
I think I have, but
we cracked up about that too. I'm Austin St. John. I'm not saying you Charlie Sheen. I'm not saying that right now. I'm just over here like, bro. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna edit that part out. Don't worry about it. Anyway. But no, Jason Lee Scott doesn't show up in the next season. So hopefully Joey is like a year older for him to train him and stuff like that. So yeah.
Prediction time, but that will come later. One more thing, then you're up. There was a part. This leads into one of my problems with the episode. Just one of my minor issues. Nate says he's going to amplify the Gigadrones detectors to detect tube noises, so that they'll know right when he shows up. Even though they should technically always know when a monster shows up, since Grid Battle Force has the ability to track monsters. So the one thing, it's like, my one issue is it feels like Beast Morphers doesn't really know how to use the detectors very well. You know, they were set up well into
I agree with you on that.
Right. And programming them to detect sounds seems like, I don't know if that should have been the higher priority. Maybe, building something to counteract tubes noises probably would have been better. And plus, Nate doing this kind of backfires on them later in the episode, but we'll get to that. You go.
Okay, so, Joey Tribbiani, he's having difficulty doing the tornado kick. And he really wants to play the tuba again because he's like, I feel dumb for throwing my tuba away just because some bullies were messing with me. And I'm really over here like, Joey, I know they threw soda into your tuba, but I think I've watched enough American Pie Presents Bandcamp to know that you can clean the tuba out. That's the worst analogy I've ever had. I legit brought up a very forgettable spin-off direct-to-DVD movie to justify Joey getting his tuba back because it really wasn't permanently damaged.
Right.
We sunk a new low, people. We've sunk a new low. So Ravi decides, you know what? I'm going to go out the Grid Battle Force. My grandfather, which we find out his grandfather was a world famous jazz player. Ravi got all these brass percussions and stuff like that. Why don't we brass instruments and stuff? Why don't we make our own band, right? As she tries to play one of the instruments and shoots white powder into Ben's face.
A little dirty.
And you know what? I know again this is supposed to be a kid appropriate show, but do you think Ravi's granddad was a musician in the 80s? Because dust is not supposed to be white.
Possibly.
Do you know? Please tell me you get the joke. Please do.
Not really. I'm sorry.
Okay. Here's a hint. Scarface. What was the one thing Tony Montana had a mountain of? Don't say it.
Powder.
Yes. You know what substance I'm talking about. So again, I have to ask: was Ravi's grandfather a musician during the 80s?
Possibly. Yeah.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Ravi's mama was like, "Hey, boy, what you doing with these instruments? These are your grandfather's. Are you trying to play? Because we don't need you to be distracted by some nostalgia." It's like, no, mama. I'm just giving this to one of my friends. That's it. He's like, all right. all right, do what you gotta do, but just don't be playing it. Don't be playing it. Which I have a problem with that, but I'll explain why at the end of the episode. And then Ben and Betty try to clean the giant the saxophone, which weird, and it just shoots out. It liquefied the white substance. It just shot it into liquid form. I'm not gonna go any further into detail about that. It just made a complete mess, and I'm just like clean up on aisle 10. So we go back to the gym. Ravi gives Joey the tuba, and at the same time, I don't know if it's a tuba or not. I'm probably not good with which instrument that is. And then Joey sees the art pieces he made as he painted Roxy like one of his French Rangers. I'm joking. It was a sketch. It was a sketch of Ravi and Roxy. And that's what he does on his spare time. He draws pictures of himself and Roxy still together and everything like that. Because again, as they mentioned earlier in the season, they can't date because of the fact that they're co-workers and they're about to fight evil.
And then Tommy and Kimberly showed up and said, "Hey, we dated during our time. We can. What's wrong with
y'all
that?
kissed one time? That don't matter." Oh no, that's true. No. It does matter. It does matter. But now over here, like Kimberly, you dear John Tommy with that stupid letter. Shut up. Joey takes one of the pictures, and Robbie didn't know, and Robbie gives him the new instrument, and he gets a call from Great Battle Force. And again, I have to ask: does Grid Battle Force not know their street signs and their blocks or anything? Because apparently they heard a tuba playing in Sector Echo Delta Zeta Charlie, and
why not just say the park? Why not just say, it was a noise going off in the park. Why didn't they just say that?
I don't know, and I'm really over here like okay, and I think this is my one complaint. This is my one complaint. My one true complaint about this season of Power Rangers, because it's starting to get on my nerves. I understand you're trying to be more military. This is supposed to be a military operation, a government-funded military operation. But if you look at Lightspeed Rescue, they told you, "Hey, yo, he's on this block. He's on this block. He's on this block." I pull up in Beast Morphers, Sector Zeta, Epsilon, Charlie, Alpha, Beta, Gamma. I'm like, dude, just tell me it's at the park.
The Rangers get to fighting after, and like they're testing out Scrozzle's new, enhanced ability. Remember, enhanced. And like Joey, I don't know why I keep saying Charlie. He sees them and watching them fight, and he's like, wow. And then the monster gets ready to uses its tube powers, and then Nate's like, "Oh, if only we had a way to counteract his frequency, like you should have been doing earlier. Like we should have already been done. We have like a whole week to prepare for this monster." Anyway,
wow, you're right, or at least a few days. And Nate, you're supposed to be a genius, bro. Come on now.
Right now, this leads me into my second issue with the episode.
Oh, yes!
Right. So, in Lost Galaxy, there was a similar monster that could also, attack with amplified sounds. And the scientists of Terra Venture decided to build a machine that would, counteract his noise. And yet, like I said, Nate didn't think, to do the same thing. I was like, they did this plot in 99, and you guys didn't think to use it here, It's like, yeah, that was my second issue. So the kid, Joey, he comes out using his regular tuba to counteract a monster who has enhanced amplified frequencies. So, yeah. So there's a difference between Power Rangers, like stretching, like some things, like for example, breathing on the moon, time being longer, but there's a difference between them, like basic logic, that I can get behind, just, do something that basically makes sense rather than, stretching it a little. other ways. So
allow me to play devil's advocate for a brief second. Morph X. Morph X is a thing, and maybe Joey must have taken a little too much of a sip of Morph X to now have mutated abilities to be Black Canary from Arrow.
cool. That would have
They,
been, yes, you know, like, I think in the old days, if something like this were to happen, the Rangers would have been like, oh, that's strange. But in here, they're just like, okay, he beat the monster.
or it's the heart of a child, which is the purest of hearts in this world, that allowed Joey to channel his inner Super Saiyan and have the equivalent of a Dragon Ball Z-esque beam struggle with the Tuba and Tubatron.
Right. Deep stuff.
Or the writers watch way too much of My Hero Academia as like, we want to turn him into the male version of Jiro. Or Joey's an airbender, and we cross over with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You know, he does kind of look like Aang.
Oh my god. That was so stupid. Why? No, Kent, you're right, bro. You are right. Why? How does a normal 10-year-old child have the ability to blow as hard as he possibly can a tuba?
Mm-hmm.
Well, any cybernetic modifications, no enhanced abilities, no next mutations, no nothing. Yes, I just quoted Dexter's Laboratory. This kid was not in the Weapon X program. This kid did not come from Planet Vegeta. He is not the last airbender. He's not an air nomad or anything like that.
Exactly. It would be interesting.
Continue.
If he comes back later, and maybe it's revealed, hey, he does come from, like, maybe
KO35.
Yes. You know, maybe his parents moved there, and, you know, his KO35 ability is, you know, his lungs, which is why he's so obsessed with the tuba. If that's the case, bring him back next year for Super Beast Morphers and
Don't you speak that into existence. We're not calling the next season Super Beast Morphers. We're calling it Beast Morphers X or Beast Morphers the Next Mutation. After Joey beats Tubatron, the Rangers destroy Tubatron. Roxy grabs the device that earlier in the show managed to read Devin's cheetah DNA and goes back to Scrozzle. However, during the fight, the device got damaged. So
and
Roxy's... Go ahead.
Sorry, and she didn't notice that. Now go on ahead.
Well, no. Because they're in the middle of trying to escape before he dies. So she grabbed it before he could and just didn't see it beforehand.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
So Scrozzle's like, girl, what am I supposed to do with this? You cut. Go. I'm about to send the Robotron. Nate and Steel go back and they actually take Joey's tuba and see if they can modify it to fight the Robotron, right? And so that happens and they win. They managed to charge friggin' Robbie's Zord's abilities to shoot out an amplified sound wave, which, forgot to mention, they make one funny joke when they destroy Tubatron. He's like, this blows! And Zoe's like, and so do you.
That was awesome.
Real talk. I am 99% sure that was an adult joke that they threw in because that was funny.
Yeah,
that was very funny. outside of the whole Emma episode from Ninja Steel that pissed Ryan off, because I pinned. I'll explain that off screen. Because it was the whole thing about her blindfolding herself. I'll explain that afterwards. Okay, so what's that? What's Ravi's cyberbot buddy again?
Smash.
Smash. So Smash in his Megazord form, essentially, because he autopilots, managed to take down the monster with the amplified abilities, and they go into Beast X Megazord form. They use a new. I have not seen this in the other episodes, but they use a special attack before they hit him with the Hyper Slash, where they encase him in a bubble, and then hit him with the Hyper Slash.
Yes, that was cool.
That I actually am thoroughly impressed.
That I think there was an episode in Ninja Storm. They also had a similar ability whenever Tori used the combined cannon. But the trapping him in the bubble was pretty cool.
Right, and so we then go back into the gym. Ravi is like, yeah, man, he's doing good because he's practicing and everything like that. Oh wait, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. Joey was like, so yeah, I helped the Rangers fight the monster. It was so cool. I wish you guys were there, even though they were. And then Ben and Betty show up playing their instruments, and Betty low-key sounds pretty good. I don't know why young Levi was like, y'all both suck. And I'm like, no, Betty was low-key fire. What you talking about? Like, if Miles Davis was still alive, he'd probably get her.
Or like young Levi takes it, gets ready to play it, and blasts his other two henchmen. I'm just gonna call them henchmen. With apparently there was some extra soap in it, and just blows it all over.
Yeah. And he gets mad. And he's finna jump. They're about to jump Ben and Betty. No, they only hit young Levi. They're finna jump Ben and Betty. And I'm over here like, Ben and Betty. Aren't y'all adults? Y'all are for real scared of kids? Seriously?
Well, they didn't really come off like they were terrified of him.
They backed up. And I'm like, bro, y'all are adults. Y'all can two-piece these kids. For real.
Guess I missed that part. Yeah, it was dumb of, this kid, he must have a lot of backbone to harass, teenagers.
Right. And so Joey steps in. Devin is finna help out too, but Robert's like, no, he's cool. No, it's cool. I see him. Let's see if he's nice, right? And then all you see Devin do is jump kick he jump kicked young Levi's hat off his head, and it was actually really, really dope.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I still love Robbie's like, no, he's cool. Let's see if he's nice. And he does it, and he's like, get out of here, kids. And so Ravi and Joey, he's like, dude, that was really good, and you weren't violent. That's really good too. And he's like, hey, look, man, I know you gave me this too, but I have a surprise for you. And he hands them a framed picture of the drawing of Ravi and Roxy, and it's like, hey, don't forget where you come from, like, because there's always happiness for both of us. And that was so that hit me. That did hit me. So and that's how the episode ends, with Ravi and Joey hugging, and it was great. And that was the episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. I want to go first. So, I really like this episode. Outside everything we just talked about, because I did have problems with it, and I clearly went off about it. This is the best episode of this half of the season thus far. I really liked it. I think the lesson, although a tad cheesy because we've seen it before, was done in a way where it high key. I hope Joey comes back, because the development that they have for him and Robbie and his issues of still not being over the fact that Roxy is an avatar now, Avatar Roxy. I really like the dynamic. I think Ravi and Joey's on-screen chemistry was done very, very well, and I appreciate that. I would easily say their relationship really reminds me of Cassie and Carlos from Power Rangers in Space. I know that's a massive comparison, but that's what it reminded me of. And I really do hope the Joey kid does come back again. Like or not, he's not. Like I already have a feeling he won't be coming back. This is just a one-time deal, even though I don't believe it should be. I low-key want another Robbie and Joey episode. That's just me. Maybe he asked Robbie's help for like the talent show where they played the instruments together. That'd be really cool. So yeah. One of my complaints that we mentioned earlier was I ain't mentioned this earlier was okay. So Joey took, and I did mention it. Joey took out threw the tuba away. Why didn't he just, dude? You didn't have to throw the tuba away. Like soda is not going to damage the inside of it. You just gotta wash it out very, very thoroughly.
It was
so.
No,
I understand. So I understand. So I get the clock going, but still, common sense says I'm going to take this home and wash it out thoroughly.
And, well, yeah, true. But like I said, he was probably just, he just didn't want to keep playing it anymore because, of how he was getting teased for it and all. Maybe that's why he just... I know,
but still, man, it makes no sense when you think about it because it's like, you could have easily washed that damn thing out. Why didn't you wash it out? Do you know how much a tuba costs?
I don't think it's cheap.
No, it's not cheap. So I'm really over here like, bro, you just threw away something that's gonna cost like God knows how much. I don't know how much a tuba costs. I'm actually looking this up as I'm talking. A regular Yamaha tuba. You want to know how much that costs?
How much?
Almost $10,000.
What? Wow.
This is not the same tuba he was playing, but this damn thing, this costs your at least 8 months of rent.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
So Joey legit threw away a damn tuba that costs roughly 10 G. I found one from Adam Select. You want to know how much it costs at Guitar Center right now?
How much?
Take a guess.
$100 billion?
Lower.
At least 2,000?
Higher.
Wait, higher? Whoa. Okay.
Higher.
3,000.
No. Real quick. That's my one thing because of the fact that him throwing away pretty much is like, okay, Joey, it's your fault that the monster showed up. Also, yeah, stop saying Echo, Bravo, Delta, Epsilon, Charlie, Vega, whatever. Just say the damn street corner and say the damn area that the monster's attacking in. Oh, and Joey becoming Gohan, stupid. I give the episode 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give you one more guess. Go ahead.
4,000.
No, $24,000.
Wow.
That's how much this tuba costs. Almost $25,000.
Wow.
$24,915. Joey, you threw away an expensive instrument.
So kids, remember, don't throw away expensive instruments because they could be turned into monsters.
And it will cost your parents. It will cost your parents another mortgage claim on the house. Kent, what's your rating? Go ahead.
I give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Like I said, writing wise was really good. Robbie's acting was great, which I bet Ryan would have said if he was here tonight. The overall was well paced and good life lesson, not cheesy. Good action. It's just those two moments are just kind of. I just found those two moments to be like my major problems. I don't think if they fix the, Joey beating the monster with a regular tuba, I think wouldn't have had that big a problem, but you have that and the other thing. Yes, so my issue is that I don't think Beast Morphers knows how to use their detecting equipment very well, and again, they kind of stretched the boundaries of the episode just to get their point across. So those were my two gripes with the episode. So.
In the words of a good man, there is a limit beyond imagination, and we just saw that limit. They went beyond the limit.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a bit of a funny example. I watched the '60s Batman show, and they really no one was ever able to figure out who Batman was, and there were certain moments where they really stretched the boundary, like when Alfred would answer the phone. It's like, don't talk to them. They're gonna figure out who you are. It's like,
but it was the '60s, Kent. That's a completely different thing. It was the '60s, and it was not supposed to be taken seriously.
I know. Just kind of reminded me of that. Just bringing up random bits from that, and plus, jokes.
To the people who are watching this pre-recording on YouTube, how you guys doing? Hopefully you enjoyed this. Not really a review. This is a rant, essentially. But hopefully you enjoyed our review of episode 13 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, Triumphant Return. Not Triumphant Return. Tuba Triumph. So if you haven't yet, be sure to comment, like our video, hit it again, hit it a third time. It's a triple like. And be sure to subscribe to our channel, Morphin Network, and be sure to hit the bell icon. And we're going to be reading these reactions from our Facebook live stream. So let's do it. Our boy Ranger Select says hi. What's up, Ranger Select?
Hey.
Hopefully I'm saying this name right. Ron Ramos says hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Ranger Select says LOL. I think he says LOL because I pretty much tied in Power Rangers Beast Morphers with Titanic. Oh, Robbie, paint me like one of your French Rangers.
That'd be funny if they.
Oh, man. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's pretty much it. That's all for the comments. And guys, this is a brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. Closing statements. Go ahead, Kent, before we wrap it up.
Remember the Batman. Remember I referenced the '60s Batman. That comes into play in another episode later this season. But overall, good episode. Just those two bits is what was my only real problem with the thing. Although I do think it gets better from here on out. Your closing comment?
My closing comment is I will be doing Morphin Gaming Time. I don't think not this week, but next Friday. Next Friday will be a new episode of Morphin Gaming Time. I'm letting y'all know just right ahead of time right now. Morphin Gaming Time will be I'll be live again on YouTube next Friday. I would this Friday, but I'm going down to I'm going to a show Friday night. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Kent, be sure y'all can be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MorphinNet. Follow us on Facebook page, facebook.com/MorphinNet. And you can follow us on our YouTube page, Morphin Network. Again, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you want to get a hold of any of us, Kent, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram, Brown_K, as well as me here on Morphin Network, as well as my regular Facebook page. And like I said, I might do something with this. So.
Okay.
And where can we find you, Psycho?
You can find me, Psycho Fox, on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Fox. Find me on my YouTube page, Reckless_Fox. And you can find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. And if you want a little more, taste of that, you can follow my gaming podcast, the Scroll Gaming Podcast, on SoundCloud.com/ScrollClubGaming. That's SoundCloud.com/ScrollClubGaming. And you can follow us on Twitter at ScrollClubGaming. All right, then. Well, that being said, guys, this is the brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live, and we will see you guys next week. Till then, bye-bye. Peace. And do not get rid of your $20,000 tuba.
It
Again.
will turn a monster and attack you.
And you'll be behind rent. You could just easily trade it in to get some money. Till then, see y'all later. Peace.
Take it to the pawn shop.
No, but then they might ask for 200. They'll just give you $200 like it's Pawn Stars. Bye, guys.